how good Harith is
He
actually
provides
is right
so
now.
much to a lineup, but just the same, the concept is there. The math checks out. Despite the Sicilian's dead zone right in front of him, we're foreseeing this to be a great and easy game for Yue and the rest of Aurora. Game number 2, match point for the new kids on the block in APBR. One more. This game win and they take the series.
It's almost a full melee lineup for APBR.
Yeah, full dive again. That's why we were thinking that they might even consider the Faramis, but at least they get a little bit more burst this time around, and burst that you can hit from a safe distance. Good control. And Kekedot actually is going to be the main point of this lineup alongside Dare, because they need to really time their entries and make sure that they can reach Dominkite or Yue later on.
All right, this might be a little safer, a little better for the Barats, because it is a flicker Barat. So he can position himself in a weird angle, and then as welcome, flicker, and then, you know, get the confirmed -1. So it makes sense.
Kind of the same with the way they play the Jawhead and the Badang. So there are still multiple ways for them to engage. The same kind of follow-up coming in from Chov's skirt. It's just that James Panks this time might want to join a bit more when they try to start the fights instead of like coming in late or being the main source of damage. It's still the same for the others mostly. It's just that James Panks kind of switched it up a bit.
The last time we saw a Barrett's EXP lane, what happened there was the Barrett's just kept leaving the EXP lane as much as he could. That was Lord JM, and committing into rotations into the mid lane so that they can get an easy 4-man advantage, surprising their opponents. And so far, it looks like that's what they're planning right now. They actually want to give a little bit more farm to Dare through the mid lane alongside Jove's skirt.
Double laning on an XP laner. That's definitely going to get him to level 4, trying to secure this first turtle spawning upper quarter of the map. Aurora first to the scene. Kekedot getting pushed back by Edward.
Yue has poked down the members of APBR so well, but they still find their way towards Edward using the Vengeance, and there's the Detona's welcome, but he gets burst down by the Evil Queller. Now that's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Kekedot's really low, and Demon Kite secures the turtle, but they still want more. Renegade is going in, and Kekedot gets found by Yue.
Oh, down bottom, Dominkite versus Shizo. Shizo's leaning hard into his early game advantage, especially underneath a Zaman force, and he's bullying the next standard right out the lane.
2 games that he did this now with this Harith against that Granger.
Oh, here comes Yue.
Run.
Can he find him? Looking for the bite down. Doesn't find Shizo.
All right, the Sanguine Claws didn't connect, but that was a close call for Shizu. Props to him for being mindful enough, though. He's been doing this again, you mentioned it, 2 games in a row, but it's still not to the point wherein he gets too careless of his positioning and unaware of the map.
Yeah, you see though, especially in the last sequence, how much Edward pulls attention away from Demon Kite. Because of him diving onto James Panks, it actually forced Dare to just look at where Edward was so that he can use his ultimate on the Phoveus, which meant the turtle was free for Aurora to take.
So far, Aurora stepping on the gas, finds one, choke skirt, forced out underneath that glorious pathway, revitalized by Kekedot, and a charged up Quella taking down Chove.
Yue has been on point with those Sanguine Claws every single time prior an objective. It's either he catches 2 and then gets to bring them down to half HP or less than whatever damage he dealt. That already means a lot to Aurora, and now it was just so... It's such perfect timing for them.
I mean, we did say earlier that Yue would be the happiest guy in this lineup right now.
Oh no, but they spot out Shizo. The flicker's already forced out, but Renegade is right there to block his path. Kekedot trying to defend this turret as well, but that's 4 members of Aurora, and they might just get almost all of the energy shields from that tier 1 bottom.
The Hitman making like the Wheelman, setting up the escape route for Aurora as they rotate toward the turtle.
Another Sanguine Claws connecting onto Dare, and Kekedot is really low, uses the AOG to escape, but now Aurora, they're chasing after Demon Kite secures the turtle, and now they're looking for blood. Shizu uses the Zaman Force to escape, but gets caught by the Sanguine Claws, misses the second skill from Edward. But still, that's dominance from Aurora.
He ain't there anymore. He's gone alongside James Panks, who has to constantly put himself in the way of harm. Because that's the nature of this hero. Until he has the items to tank up, he's going to keep going down like Shizo underneath his own tier 1.
Aurora now stepping on the pedal of aggression. Renegade on point with the rotations. You again!
Kekedot doesn't feel too tanky, forces out the Revitalize, and they get to punish Edward. Unleash the beast coming in from James Pax. But still, US survives, but not for long. There's Chop Skirt with the Cursed Blast, and that's a 2-for-1 trade, but they lost James Pax.
All right. Under regular circumstances, that would have been a very messy push for Aurora, but they're able to get away with so much given how much they have been taking down AP Bren in the past minute. They're up by almost 4,000 gold, and lane per lane, I think they're all up, except for XP.
AP Bren now feeling the wrath of a very aggressive.
Count out the...
What they're capable of, even they don't know.
Exactly.
It's possible, you're right, Brigida.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for everything to unfold, but as it's looking right now, still Aurora clearly in the lead, and unlike game number 1, they're much eager to convert objectives early on, so map control might be going into their hands a bit more early too.
Amazing lead, especially for gold lane. That's almost 2,000 gold between Doming Kite and Shizo.
Oh.
And this time, Doming Kite ain't playing halfsies, man. He's rocking an early Sky Piercer.
Uh-huh.
They can just go ahead and snowball out of that. And again, I'm just going to be repeating the same problem for AP Bren. They can't reach Yue. They can't just send Kekedot to dive because, again, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the line. Now, Aurora will get all turtles in this game. And AP Bren are just going to try to get resources elsewhere, try to get a push. Minion wave's not favorable up top, so they're looking towards the mid. They can commit one more heavy play to try.
Oh, there's the Flicker Detona's welcome coming in from there, and the follow-up Avatar of the Guardian.
So
but
tanky!
Renegade cutting away or cutting off the members of AP Bren might just be enough for Aurora to find the counter engage.
Dear Lord, they threw everything but the kitchen sink, and only Edward fell. Aurora telling AP Bren, let's do it again.
It took them everything just to take down Edward. That's all the ultimates committed on the side of AP Bren just for that one guy. And again, we mentioned AP Bren can commit one more thing. Unfortunately, that one more thing didn't go so well for them. It was an EXP for jungler trade. Now they're at the point where their next engagements have to be a little bit more cautious. Looking at the items, he had to skip the Hunter Strike, did James Banks, wait straight into the War Axe. Already on the way to the Sad Sword is Demon Kite. Sicilian only has the Glowing Wand, surprisingly enough. He's really maximizing the crowd control he has. And in terms of the gold laner, only one item for Shizo, while already 3 for Doming Kite.
Oh, that's the Detona's welcome used to escape from there. And this is the way you like to see Aurora playing. Very focused on the objectives and rotating fast enough for the enemies to not keep up.
This is the way. Demon Kite stole the orange from James Panks, so James Panks is starving right now. It's not like the Lucas is doing great anyways, it's just all the more worse for AP Bren.
Yeah, he's sitting on a 3-3-1 KDA. I think they've been more involved in the fights that have been happening across the map, but for majority of those fights, it's been Aurora winning them out. So I don't know if AP Bren still wants to contest this. They tried to go for an engage earlier. That was a Detona's welcome and the AOG follow-up. But once they commit everything in, it's so hard for them to escape.
For their own good, I don't think they should contest. And Aurora knows that. A blitz take here. While kick it on James Panks. Check in range. AOG!
Oh, they do not contest, but they still want to look for the kills. Yue will be the first to fall. And the rest of the members of AP Bren are trying to run away because Kekedot as well as James Panks are...
Dear God!
But they can handle it. They can deal enough damage. And they take out 3 members for 2.
James Banks, he bumped into the wall. That's why he couldn't complete the kill there onto Demon Kite. But Aurora still got the Lord and they can march forward with 2. With how much they can get, that's the biggest question, as the members of AP Bren will be a full 5-man in 3 seconds.
Again, none of us on desk ever said, hey, if James Banks can bite down on the 3 of them and kill them, that would be a comeback for AP Bren. They did just that. Again, it rings true. How do I know what I'm going to... How do you know what I'm going to do if I don't know what I'm going to do? From out of nowhere, James Banks found those kills.
Yeah, and it was there probably with the call to still engage nonetheless. That was another Detona's welcome to engage, and Unfortunately for them, it took less resources to be able to take out the kill. But wait, that's Kekedot caught in the Sanguine Claws once more. I think they will have to let go of these tier 2 turrets.
All right, Glorious Pathway set down by Renegade.
The damage coming in from Dominkite is just too much to handle. And Shizu barely making it out alive. Kekedot as well. Nowhere to be found. They didn't even have to dive in.
2K for DK. That's Dominic. I didn't even know how he found that range. Could have sworn at least Chove or Shizu was going to get away.
Dominkite found the angle, and so did you. APBR were on the way out, but two of their members got caught in the long claws of you. The Sanguine Claws yet again coming in the clutch. Item update on the Sicilian already up to the Lantern. For the Granger, already up to a Sea Halberd. Yeah, that's why Chokescore got blasted, man.
What's next? That an endless battle?
Yeah, it looks like an endless battle with a Ogre.
Disgusting. This is as good as a double poke lineup can get.
Yeah,
You have the Glorious Pathway, you have the consistent body in Edward, and then here you go.
Oh no, Kekedot won't be able to cast the AOG. He already pressed it, but the damage was just too much from Aurora. They didn't let him go.
Yeah, this is one of the key signatures of Aurora, the Suyo Granger. Just play around strong burst in the gold, in the jungle, and just make sure you supplement it well. In game number 1, if James Banks and Shizo were the highlight, now it's the Kite Brothers, continuing the storyline between the two jungle gold combos. But will Aurora slip just like they did in the previous game? Or will APBR just concede and then eventually be forced into a game number 3?
It would be a shame if Aurora drops this lead here. It's a strong 5,000 gold as they start up the Lord. Lord now down to 4/5 of its health. Kekedot in range. So are James Max, Shizu, and Chovskirt alongside Der, who does have his Flicker online. All battle spells up, actually.
That hurt.
Oh, they got it back.
That's half HP for Der.
Yeah, don't commit this. Kekedot, just give up the sword. It's fine.
Yep.
You can defend.
I mean, Renegade also still has the Glorious Pathway, so they have a lot of things to consider, and they will just opt to defend.
All of Aurora's turrets still standing. APBR have barely crossed the river.
And in 12 minutes 45, it's 236 stacks already onto you. It's not going to be an easy defense for APBR. Again, up against the Sicilian Granger combination, with how much it takes to take down Edward, who just built up the Athena shield as well.
Yeah.
It might be endable for Aurora. APBR just really needs to look into clearing up all the minion waves.
Yep. Here goes the Lord in the middle lane. Glorious Pathway already used as well, but their flickers in! They decide to take the battle out of the turret. Shizu though unfortunately falls, and Dominkite now gets a double kill. The Lord is still up as well, and 3 members are down for APBR. This is definitely it for Aurora, for the Lights, and they will bring us to a game number 3.
We're going all the way as Aurora even the score 1-1.
After a week where we saw a lot of 2-0 results, it's very refreshing to see the very first day of week number 2 to go both into 3 games. And this time, APBR